Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing the Record Breaker Rodrygo. So obviously you got this card for being the youngest player to get a hat-trick in the Champions League, I think. So yeah, this one is, yeah, these challenges are interesting. This is ones where you guys have actually requested that I do these, because there's one challenge in here that is quite a nuisance. So let's just get into it. So win 7 matches. This isn't the annoying one. Win 7 matches is actually quite reasonable. Score in 13 separate matches using La Liga players with at least 8 La Liga players in your starting squad. The reason why I don't have this is because I sub on players to get the wins. So I basically just got my 7th win. I just because I'm subbing on like really high rated cards, and it's rare that I actually score with a La Liga player in the game. But I mean, this is really easy. You can knock this out really quickly if you want to, because it's not that hard. You literally just score with a La Liga player and you're done. Obviously you have to do that 13 times, making it a little, you know, time consuming, but in terms of difficulty, not that hard. Just score with a La Liga player and you can not really put your controller down, but you know. Hat-trick hero. Now, score at least 3 goals in 1 match using Brazilian players in the live foot friendly. Well done, EA. Solid English there. With at least 8 La Liga players in your starting squad. Now, reading this, I read it as score at least 3 goals in 1 match using multiple Brazilian players, because, you know, they say players, that is plural, so, you know, but I did end up scoring a hat-trick with Vinicius Jr., so obviously we'll get into the team in a few minutes. I just want to give you guys just obviously a quick rundown and some quick tips on how to do them really quick. Now, hat-trick hero, it's kind of hard to recommend like something, like it's kind of hard to give you tips on this one. It's literally just, I'll show you some tactics later on, but quite like I literally can't really help you with this one. It's just really all down to skill. Now, the 8 assists using minimum 4-star skill moves. This one's really easy. Again, if you want to just sub on some players to do this. I had like Mbappe subbed on. Yes, I know I'm scum. I'm, you know, sweaty, but can't beat them, join them. Like the amount of R9s, the amount of, I even came up against a Hullet, which was just gross. So yeah, if you can't beat them, join them. Just sub on some players, guys. Make it a little easier for yourself. You don't have to just use La Liga players. You can use pretty much any players on the bench. Now this one, heroic heading. Now I'm gonna have clips on the screen of how I got these goals. Basically, as soon as I scored one, I recorded it instantly. The best way I can say to do this is when you've crossed the ball, hold down the bumpers. So that's L1, R1 on PS4/PS5, and the left and right bumper on your Xbox controller, because that will force him to do a header. He sort of like heads it down, because the amount of times my player volleyed the ball when he's in a perfect position to head the ball is absolutely insane. So do a quick Google search, hold down the bumpers when you head the ball, because that'll basically mean he will 100%, almost 100% of the time, there might be the odd volley here or there, but almost 100% of the time he will head the ball. Now, in terms of actually getting in positions to score headers, I just say just get a tall striker. You don't, so the player, I'll show you the player I use, and he made this a whole lot easier. So without further ado, let's just get into the tactics. So in terms of, I have 2 different tactics for this video, and of course I will show my team. So this is the interesting one. So I'll show you the tactic that I use for my for the headers. Now, so the player I used to get my headers was Raul Jimenez. So the reason why I use Raul Jimenez is he is 6'3". He chuck a hunter on him. It gives him incredible pace, and he has 85 heading accuracy. Now, he pretty much, as soon as I put him on, got in a lot of positions to score a goal with a head. But of course, before I learned the bumpers, he was volleying them. So how I would set up my tactics is, obviously I wouldn't have Mbappe, I'd have Jimenez. And because I didn't have Mbappe, I did have Bruno Fernandes on here as well, and I'd sub all 3 of them on, and then kind of get a front 3 triangle. But that's really not necessary. You could just use these 2 up front, like as a 2-striker partnership. If you're getting the headers, I would suggest having 2 strikers, because obviously they have that instinct of heading the ball. I even tried putting up Koundé up there, up in striker, but he rarely ever got in positions. Who would have thought? But yeah, in terms of so I'll just show you guys the tactics. So In the 4-1-2-1-2, this was literally my heading tactic. This is literally, I would sacrifice everything just to head the ball. So fast build up, quite high width, everything on corners and everything on players in the box, because you want to stack that box for your cross. And the 4-1-2-1-2, both strikers, everyone stay central and get in behind. And then apart from that, it's kind of, I have my wingers on balance and overlap and balance and overlap. Again, this is just for your heading. This is nothing to do with your wins. This is nothing to do with your assists, with your 4-star skills. I mean, you have Vinicius Jr. Obviously, he is a 4-star scaler, so that will help. But this is strictly for heading. To have 2 strikers, because it makes it really, just, I wouldn't say simpler, because it's still very annoying, but it will help you out quite significantly. So Aubameyang, Jimenez are the main ones I use to get the strikers. Obviously, if you don't have Aubameyang, because he's quite expensive, now Jimenez is like 4k roughly. If you don't have Aubameyang, you can just go with something like Rodrygo, for example, because he's quite decent in this game. And what I would do, guys, if you would just go onto your strikers and then just filter through them. So if I just, oh my god, I keep pressing the wrong button. So if I would just filter through them and just look at their heading accuracy. If they have decent heading accuracy, consider putting them in. Obviously, Zanetti, maybe not. But there was also Haaland as well. He's also a decent one you could try this with. Just have someone with really good heading accuracy. I mean, even Aubameyang, like, he has 75 heading accuracy, but he's also really tall. So, obviously, that does help with his heading as well. Now, onto your assists with 4-star skills. So, I used... Oh, no, I didn't use this one. I use this 4-3-2-1. Fast build-up, plays in the box. Let's not have that, because I'm trying to experiment on how to do it. How do I play? Is it 3 or 2? Yeah, play with this one. All right. Formations 4-3-2-1. Just because you want Vinicius, if you have got, just guys, please go get Vinicius Jr. He's one of the best players to use in this. Really, well, considerably low rating, but he's just he's just incredible. He's incredible in this game, like really, really good. If you don't have Vinicius Jr., you could get Ansu Fati as well. He's also really, I could probably recommend him more, I'll be honest, just because of the rating. But I did like Vinicius Jr. And of course he is Brazilian, so if you get his hat-trick, who I got the hat-trick with was Vinicius Jr. Yeah, he's just an absolutely incredible card in this game. 95 pace, chuck a Deadeye on him, it improves him tremendously. But to get the assists, what I did is I sacrificed the entire rating for these, and I would just sub on like really, really low rated, well, somewhat low rated 4-star skills. So if I just go through my club, obviously Bruno is, Pogba is, he's an 86 rated card. I think Mollet is as well. Yeah, he is. Just get some really low rated, somewhat low rated, obviously, 4-star skills. And because your players are on getting behind, and obviously your wingers are on balanced width, you will get a lot of spacing opportunities when you thread the ball through the defense up to your attackers. And then obviously if you have an opportunity to cut it back, sweat it across the goal, most of your time your wingers are 4-star skills. Like I did have Lucas as well as my right winger, 83 rated. I believe he has 5 stars? No, he has 4-star, and I think a 4-star weak foot to my knowledge. But yeah, he was really good as well, really good rating. For these, obviously it is still 77 rated. You are still coming up against Serie A Premier League. It's not the Barclays Premier League, it hasn't been that for years. What am I doing? The Serie A, the Premier League, and of course the Championship. To be fair, I only come up against like one Championship team, so you know. But you do come up against some sweaty La Liga teams. But I would say pretty much ignore the team that they have, because odds on their bench is stronger and they're about to put some players on the bench. Because if you guys don't know how the bench is affected, really depends on. So if I just if I take Aubameyang out, right? If I then put Mbappe on the actual starting 11, Mbappe changes the rating, but if he's on the bench, he's still under a 77. So why is this one grayed out? I don't know why this one's grayed out, but obviously I have a 65 rated silver card in there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the tips I can give you. I've showed you most of the tactics. There's nothing really for the midfield. Obviously my midfield is absolutely atrocious. But you want to have somewhat of a decent midfield if you can. I only went with Garado because he's kind of a balanced midfielder. Perry was always subbed off. And Herrera, I barely saw him, I'll be honest. This guy wasn't too bad, to be honest. He's quite a nice balance, 70-ish stats for a right winger, and he did score the winning goal. So it was the 88th minute, and he scored to make me win 4-3 to get my 7th win. So, you know, you take the victories where you count. In terms of that, guys, that's pretty much it. So if I just quickly go through the objectives again, just so you guys... Nope, not play. Well done, Josh. If I quickly go through the objectives again, just so you guys have a somewhat of a summarized thing of it. So, scoring 13 league matches. If you want to just leave this till the end, that would probably be the best bet, rather than say you're getting pummeled like 6-0 and try and sneak a goal. Well, pummeled 6-0. That definitely didn't happen to me. Definitely not. But yeah, if you say it's like 0 or like 2-0 and the 80th, say like the 60th minute he scores a third, you may want to stay in to see if you can nick a goal. But obviously that's up to you. That's basically how you want to play it. Score a hat trick. Just try and use my tactics, guys. Try and get some through balls up to your left wing, or if you have Vinicius Jr., if you have like, I don't know, you might have R9 and make this incredibly easy, like you might have the R9 alone. It really just depends what players you have. I did it with Vinicius Jr., so obviously that's just up to you guys on which Brazilian you want to use. These setup skills, assist 8 goals with minimum 4-star skills. Just have some 4-star skillers on your bench and sub them on, preferably attackers and maybe a midfielder. Heroic heading, hold down the bumpers when you head the ball. That will make this not easier, but it'll make it not even less annoying, but it'll help you, you know, a lot more than just, you know, holding down circle and then him volleying it. And the win 7 matches, to be fair, this is the more reasonable one to do. It's not win 15 matches, thankfully, which I think win 15 matches in the current managerial masterpiece, where there's like 4 different leagues in the thing. So 7's quite reasonable. So I'd say thank you, EA, but you made me do heading, so no. But yeah, guys, that's it for the video. If you guys have enjoyed, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for brand new video. Let me know in the comments if you guys are having any issues with these, and I will try and help you out the best I can. And I shall see you guys all later. Take care and peace.